Well, summertime is here, and I'm sure everybody is not cooking, trying to do everything except cook. But I'm still going to do these videos. Winter, summer, spring, or fall. Today I'm going to demonstrate eggplant parmesan. Now, you can also use chicken for this. You can use fish. You can also use veal. I'm going to show you how to prepare the eggplant, and then we're going to bread it. And in another video, which I'll show you a link to, you can find the marinara sauce. And it's best with pasta, so I've cooked up a little bit of linguine to present it with. So take a break from the summer sunshine and watch the video. Now here's the eggplant. Make sure you get a nice firm one. Although this one I found has a spot right here. So we'll just have to cut that part off. But we just want to cut the top and the bottom off. And because this has some spoilage, we'll cut a little bit more. Alright. Now we want to take the skin off. You can leave it on, but I don't really care for the taste. I think the texture is kind of tough too. Now we can see this end is not the best either. So maybe I wasn't as careful as I should have been when I chose this particular eggplant. Now my kids loved the eggplant, but not all kids want eggplant. But you know, you could, if they're little, don't tell them what it is. Just tell them it's really good. That's what mine were when they were little. I did that, and they just trusted me from there on and ate whatever I prepared for them. Alright, so just take the skin off like everything else. Cut the ends off, stand it up, and cut the skin off. And then we want to cut them about ½ an inch thick. Now, you could give this an extra half an hour and put these on paper towels. And always be careful when you're cutting, especially the last piece. You know, if you're talking to somebody, make sure you are looking at the eggplant and not at the person. And then you put it on a paper towel, put some salt on it, and then put another paper towel on top. You can already see the moisture coming off. You want to make sure you rinse that salt off. And it seems kind of silly, you're getting the water off and then you're going to rinse it. Well, if you do, just be careful. Do it quickly, but actually best to just brush off the excess salt. If you don't have time, which we're not going to do it today, just skip that step. We're just going to leave it like this. It'll still be fine. Now, if you were doing chicken, you can cut them into pieces about this big too, or you could do it in strips. Once again, keep it about like this, ½ an inch. Now I have my pan heating. It's on medium. You don't want it really hot for this one because you'll burn the breadcrumbs. And let's put some oil into our pan. And when you're breading something, you have to make sure you have plenty of oil. Breadcrumbs need that oil in order to brown. So I've got some oil down. We may have to add more. Dredge it in flour. Make sure you get the excess off. We'll put those in there. Now this is a beaten egg with about 2 tablespoons of water. You can add water to your eggs. So just make sure you get it coated in the egg. Nice and good. Leave this hand dry, okay? And leave this one in here. So now, keep your wet hand over here. Gets a little confusing. Get some of the breadcrumbs on the side and into the pan. Once again, wet hand, dry hand. Just it keeps you from getting big clumps of breadcrumbs on your fingers, like you're breading your fingers. Now this is the standard breading procedure. Flour, eggs, breadcrumbs. And I've done it in another video where you do flour, eggs, Parmesan cheese. That's also very good. And actually, speaking of that, I did put a little Parmesan cheese into the breadcrumbs, along with fresh chopped parsley and some Italian seasonings, some dried Italian seasonings. Just gives everything a little bit more flavor. That's what I like to show you. You may know how to use regular breadcrumbs, and you may have done that in the past, but why not make it just a little bit better? So here's the eggplant browning. You can see how there is excess oil in there, right? You want to make sure you see that. Now let's take a peek. Yep, it's ready to turn. So you want to make sure your pan's warm, but you don't want it smoking at all. And if you put the first one in and it appears to be burning, pull that one off. Let your pan cool a little bit first. So you do have to be a little bit careful when you're breading items, because breadcrumbs will burn. Now I'm going to put a little marinara sauce into my baking pan, and I'm just using a glass pie dish, but I'm just doing one order. So you want to put a little bit of the marinara down first, and then next we're going to shingle the eggplant, and it's easiest. I almost think I'm just gonna go with the 3 there. That's about right for a portion. Then we want to put some more sauce on top. And use this at your discretion. You like a lot of sauce? Put a lot on. Alright, now we've got mozzarella. Gotta have a lot of mozzarella. And in the meantime, and if I will have noted this, the oven should be on 350 to 400. Now I'm putting some Parmesan on. And then we'll put a little bit of fresh chopped parsley. And I like to put it in now because as this melts, it just becomes part of the dish. You'll see. Well, I think our eggplant Parmesan is ready to go. Look at that. The cheese is nice and melted. Thanks for watching another one of my videos. I really appreciate it. Happy cooking.